Hello everybody, this is John here from Nevermore Antiques, and I'm going to make a quick video showing you the top 20 items that we sold in the month of September. I'm going to go from the cheapest to the most expensive. So the first item that we sold for about $58, and it's a little Canon point-and-shoot film camera, 38 millimeter, really nice, clean little camera. Some of these are worth good money. Some of them ain't worth nothing. Some of them are worth really good money, though. So you just got to keep your eyes open. You'll find a lot of these in thrift shops. You'll find them, and they're cheap, 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 cheap. One of the things that they still overlook. The next item that I have comes from a lot of Polly Pocket stuff that I had purchased at auction. I bought a whole tote, a big clear tote of Polly Pocket stuff for like 30 bucks. Huge tote. And this is one of the items that I had sold. Really nice. Really nice item. I sold it for 60 bucks. So I doubled my money off that one item, and we probably have made $1,000 off of the Polly Pocket stuff that we purchased from that auction. The next item is another Polly Pocket. The same situation. We sold it for 60 bucks, $6.52 shipping. You find this stuff, you need to buy it. It's hot, hot, hot. This was a really good find. I went to an estate sale, and I bought these at auction. I went to the estate sale. It was like a sale where it starts at 100, then it goes to 75, then it goes to 50. And I bought it on the last day for like 25%. I paid 25 cents a piece for these spoons, and I brought them home and I cleaned them up. And if you see, I sold them for $60. Just a super great deal. Just they're beautiful. They were just nice. So like I turned like $4 into 60. You got to look out for that stuff. Like Goodwill is pushing sellers out of like the video game stuff, and this is the kind of stuff that I've been pushed into because nobody else is looking for it yet. At least not in my area. I bought these. These are beautiful. I bought a couple of these ornate wall sconces, lighted wall sconces. I bought them for I think $3 a piece at a Goodwill down in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. They sold for $60. 60 bucks. That's. I've still got one more pair, but they're not really. They're not as ornate. They have like glass globes, and these had those real nice shades. I really liked them. I thought they were cool. This is a good buy. Once again, one of them odd items that you can find at Goodwill, and if you look, you can find them. And I had 2 lots of these. 2 lots were available, and I sold both of them for 60 bucks. So, what a bargain! What a bargain! This is a really cool deal. I bought this earlier this year at a yard sale. The guy was going to learn how to work on Mercury outboard motors, and he never got around to it. I bought the whole set for $3, and they sold for 75. So, it was pretty awesome, pretty awesome, pretty awesome. This is cool too. I like these little statues. This is a chalk statue. It's a little cherubim. I paid like $4 or $5 for it. I paid like $4 or $5 for it, and I sold it for 75. I could have taken an offer on that for like 50. I'm not sure. I don't want to lie, but it was either 50 or 75. This is cool. I bought this on my way to Poplar Bluff. It's a hammered basin sink. Really super cool. Paid $10 for it. And it sold for $80 with free shipping. Just really cool. It's not super big, but man, what a neat piece. It would just look neat in your kitchen or something. I don't know. I see that stuff, and I can see the potential in it, and I know a lot of people like it. This was a disappointment, and it still turned out okay. You can see it's kind of dusty, but when I sell something as is, I try not to put lipstick on a pig. I kind of just sell it the way it is. The DVD side worked, but the VCR side kept kicking the tapes out. I sold it broke for 80 bucks shipped. These things, these DVD, these Magnavox DVD recorders, man, it was a 1080p with HDMI output. If you can find them working, this is like a $300 unit. So keep your eyes out for these. It sold. And here's the glorious part of it. I got 80 bucks for it, and it came with a remote. So, like, I'm not going to tell you how to sell your stuff, but whenever I find a DVD VCR like that, what I do is I typically split them up. I'll sell the DVD, and then I'll sell the DVD VCR, and then I'll sell the remote, because they typically bring a lot more money when you do that. So yeah, that's what I do. And in this case, I think the remote sold for like 30 bucks. So theoretically, I got $110 out of this for like a $5 investment. This was a pretty good deal. I got a lot of these all-clad stainless steel pots. I paid $110 for these pots, and I bought them at a sale for 110 bucks, and I got like a whole set of them. I think it was like 5 or 6 pots. This one here had a little bit of an issue with the lid. It was discolored, but we sold it for like we sold it for 80 bucks, but we might have taken the best offer on that for like 60, because there was some damage to the lid. But this all-clad stuff, it comes from Macy's. It's sold at high-end retailers. So if you like are ever out and about, you can look. You can see that it's not in the greatest shape. It's scuffed up. You know, I washed everything. It's scuffed up, and there's a picture, you know, of me taking a picture of me taking myself in the picture. Yeah. Anyways, but it sells really well. I do pretty good with this stuff. Let's see what's next. Another item that I bought from the same auction. I paid a little bit of a different price for this. I paid like 30 bucks for just this one piece, and it sold for I think I sold it for. I think it sold for 80 bucks. It sold for the price. No one made the best offer on it, but it sold, and it was made by this company here. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name, but it was essentially like a modern pressure cooker. It didn't have the insert in it, but still sold. Still sold for 80 bucks. I paid a little bit more for that because I knew what it was and I had some competition, so I didn't make a ton of money on it. Let's see, the next item that I have here is, once again, I've got this Castlevania Bloodlines. Like some of these old Sega games, they're becoming really hot. Like I sold this one for $109. Now, I had to pay up. I think I paid $50 or $60 for a lot of Sega games that I've sold. But obviously, like, I did okay because I got all of my money back out of this one game. Sorry, folks, I've been a little sick. This was a really big surprise. I had a lot of antique buttons in my desk drawer for probably 4 years. Had never had any idea of what they were worth or where they came from, and I sold them. And I started them out like cheap. Like I started them out at $9.95, and they went for a bunch. They went for $113.50. So that's pretty crazy. I got this at the shop where I have antique booths, and a guy sold me these for $1 a piece. And this is my meathead boy. He's standing over here, wanting to get in the picture, but he helps me find stuff. I bought this from a guy in an antique booth. I paid $1 for it, and it's Sunset or awning stuff that was still in the box. And like I said, I've been pushed into this weird market of stuff like this, and it sold for $124.95, and I paid $1 for it. So thank you for pushing me into this weird market. I'll take that. That's a van payment for the month, for $1. Sometimes I do that. I'll think, I got to make a van payment. Like I've got this really nice conversion van, and what's really cool about it is that, like, I think my most expensive van payment every month has been like, one month was like $30. I bought an item for $30, flipped it, and made my van payment. So like, I literally, for every $100 that I pay on this thing, I probably only pay legitimately $10 on it, like $10 out of pocket. It's just a game that I like to play. How cheap can I make my van payment? And that month is probably like $4. That's what my van payment cost me. Here's another pan that I bought in that same lot. It's a really nice all-clad pan. It's got a nice lid to it, nice mirror. There was no dings on it. They set flat. Apparently, a lot of people wanted to know if they would set flat on the stove. So I took them to the stove, and they set flat. So I sold it. Sold it for $150. Person was happy, no complaints. So I'm happy. Another item that I sold here. This is really cool. Like I was at Goodwill, and they had a price tag on this for like $75. And I came back a couple days later, and the price tag was gone. And I took it to them, and I go, hey, there's no price tag on this. Can you guys price this for me? And they took it to the back, and they put a new tag on it, and it came back out, and it was only $25. So like, I don't know. I didn't really care too much. I didn't really tell them like, hey, it was $75 the other day, especially with the outrageous prices that Goodwill have been charging lately. But it was really nice. It was all there. It was missing just a couple pieces, like the spoiler on the front of one of the cars was missing. But other than that, it was a great deal. I paid $25 for it, sold it for $175 is what we got out of that. So. And they paid shipping, so not going to complain. That was that van payment, a $25 van payment for the month. This I sold. This has got my heart broken. I bought this. I bought a whole bunch of really high-end electronics at an estate sale, and I paid probably $150 for all this stuff, and probably made $2,000. And this was the last piece that I had, and I had it set aside for a couple months. Probably 3 months before I finally got around to listing it. And I listed it, and it sold really fast for $225. I shipped it, and it never got there. It still hung up somewhere, and I had to refund like $260 to the buyer, and it really sucked. $260. I mean, we insured it, but we have to go through the process of filing claim with the post office, and then filing the claim with our insurer, and our insurer is already like, we're going to cut you if you file another claim, and as long as you pay out the claim, I'll be okay with it. Then you can cut me, and we'll move on down the road. And that's Indicia, and we have filed a couple claims, and apparently they don't like that. They want you to pay your money in, but they don't want you to file any claims. So it's lost out there. I really wish it would come back to me. I don't know what the odds are of it coming back to me, but we'll see. And the last item that I have here is I think that's just my eBay page. Make sure it's the last item. Yeah, this is the last item. It's our never used. It's a Marmot Loft ES 2-person convertible dome backpacking tent. This thing was brand new. I mean, it had never been used. We had I bought this at Goodwill for $3. I bought it for $3. I just knew it was a tent. I'm like, I'm going to get that. I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to put it back. And we had it for a year and a half and never had listed it. So I finally one day, just last month, said, you know what, I'm going to list that. I'm going to get that out. I'm going to list it. So we took it outside and we listed it, and I looked it up, and I was floored. I was like, man, I could have used that money a while back, you know. And yet another van payment. My van payment's like $160 a month, like literally a $3 van payment. Like, I just love this. I love it. Like, I love it. Like, I don't know. I just think it's fun. And that's the last item that I purchased. And this item actually went global through the global shipping program, and it wound up in Japan. So you know, it was sold on September 26th, and it's in Japan, so I don't know how long it'll take to get there. I hope they're happy with it, because I don't know how in the world you get an item back through global shipping. Never had to deal with that yet. But that's our top 20 items for the month. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. We're relatively new at this. I quit my job about 6 months ago to do eBay full time, and it's working out pretty good. I mean, we did 1,700 items over the past year. And I know some of you guys probably do like 1,700 items a month, but it's enough to pay our bills, and we're rocking with it, and we just keep looking for more and more items. So if you would, like I said, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it when you guys watch. You can share a video on social media. We appreciate you guys. And you have a good day, and keep on digging and keep on picking. God bless.